guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today we have this smoky, sultry, matte makeup look. I wanted to try something different. I did a Diwali look and it was very glittery. It was a lot of shimmer and I wanted to change the eyes up to do something more matte to give you guys a little bit of variety. But this look is again very wearable. It doesn't have to be for Diwali. It could be for any event. It's just quite glam and I feel like it goes very much with the jewelry that I've bought, which is black and gold, and also just with the jewelry as well. If you guys want to see how I achieved this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off just with a bare face as per usual, and then I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution. This is the baking oil to hydrate and prep for flawless makeup application. So I'm going to take a couple of drops of this. My skin is feeling super dehydrated today, so I'm just going to take a couple of drops of this and massage this onto my skin, on my face, and just take it down onto my neck and chest area as well. Now I'm going to be real with you guys, I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to skin products from the drugstore, just because I feel like still, even with, I guess, makeup brands bringing out loads of color ranges, I really find it difficult to find a color that I really fit into. I always have to mix. But one foundation that I really do like is the Revlon Youth FX. This is the Fill and Blur foundation. This is in the shade Caramel. It's that tiny little bit too dark for me, but once I've highlighted and everything, it's fine, so I can color correct. And I don't really want to go and buy two foundations and then mix them together from the drugstore. I'd rather just buy one that I sort of kind of fit into, that is high end. But that's the honest truth. Now, I really like this foundation because it is lightweight, but it still provides me with the coverage that I really like. And it feels a little bit more like a serum foundation. So I'm just going to apply this using my damp beauty blender all over the face. And I'm going to take this down to the neck and chest area as well. Okay, so if you guys like a foundation that is thick in coverage or full in coverage, don't go for this foundation. It is quite a lightweight one. You can build it up, but it does allow your natural skin just to shine through. And I'm looking pretty bronze. Now I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. This is one of my favourite drugstore concealers, by the way, because I love the colour of it. The shade that I'm in is Tan or Bronze, I believe. And it's a HD concealer. It's got really good coverage. But most of all, I just like the colour for my skin tone. It's just a really good match. So I'm going to apply this underneath my eyes and a little bit around my mouth area because I've got a bit of pigmentation there, and then I'm going to blend that out using a damp beauty blender. Now let's move on to highlight. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Maybelline. This is the Anti-Age The Eraser Eye in the shade Light. I like this applicator. I love everything about this concealer really because it's really good coverage as well. But I like the sponge tip applicator, so I'm just going to twist that bad boy up and I'm going to apply it to the usual places that I would highlight. This is one of my go-to concealers for highlighting just because it's got that yellow undertone to it, which I really like, and it really does lift underneath the eye. So I'm going to apply it to the center of my face and then I'm going to blend it out using a damp beauty blender. Okay, so one thing that I would say is I'm definitely not shy of skin products. I like to layer my skin products and I like heavy concealer. You guys don't have to go this ham. You don't have to use concealers that are this heavy. There are ones that are lightweight. I think the Nip and Fab ones I find quite lightweight for my liking, but they still have a bit of coverage. I just have a complex about my dark circles and I like them to be completely disappeared. So I know that we look a little bit crazy. We always do after highlight, but everything will start to come together when we bronze, when we do our eyebrows, when we do our eyeshadow, all of that jazz. But I just like a really flawless base to start off with. Now I'm just going to quickly brush my brows through because once I do the base, they've always got product through them. For brows, we all know that I love the Anastasia brow pomade, and that's what I use every single day. But something that is very similar to it is the Freedom. This is the eyebrow pomade in the shade Dark Brown, and it is just a pomade exactly the same. There isn't that much difference and it is a fraction of the price. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this pomade and fill my brows in. I like my brows thick, I like to elongate them, and I like to just fluff them up a little bit and fill in any gaps that I usually have. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and fill in my brows. Do you know what? Sometimes I think that when you find a product that's high end and you really like it, then you stick to it. And I stick to products. I don't often like to change things, especially when it comes to my skin or my brows. Eyeshadows and colour I will change all the time, but that Freedom brow pomade is exactly the same as the Anastasia, so I don't know why I would pay more money for the Anastasia. Anyways, it teaches me a lesson and I need to try out more products. Let me know down below if you're like that. Do you just stick to products that you like because you know that they work and you find it difficult to kind of change over? Anyways, I am going to highlight my brow bone. I'm going to be using the Revolution. This is the Fast Base Foundation in the shade F8. And we're going to take a little bit of this. I'm just going to highlight underneath my brow bone and take this a little bit onto the lid. Then I'm going to blend it out using a damp beauty blender just to prime that eyelid area. Okay, so let's jump right into eyeshadow. Today I'm going to be using, this is the NYX Grind, I believe this is from the Machinist range eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to take this beautiful kind of yellowy mustard colour right here. We're going to be using this for the transition or the crease. So I'm going to take this on a fluffy brush and just apply this to my crease and then just smoke it out towards my brow bone. Now I'm going to go back into that same palette. I'm going to take this kind of more of a, it's a mustard, but it's a cool toned mustard colour. I'm going to take that with the same fluffy brush and just apply this into the crease just to create a little bit of depth. Now I feel like that's enough warmth for the eyes, so I'm going to go into this kind of dark chocolatey brown colour and I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm going to pop this colour all over the lid and just press it. Try not to swipe because we don't want too much fallout, but I just want to start creating darkness and smoke now. Now it's looking like a hot mess, don't worry. We've just packed this colour on because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend the dark brown into the crease now. So I'm just going to slowly start to diffuse that brown into the crease and then we can start building up on depth of colour. Now one thing to remember with the smoky eye is you can see it's getting patchy here. It's going to get worse before it gets better because I'm going to blend, I'll pick up a little bit of the brown and I'm going to blend the crease. So I'm trying to just get a soft blend here. We're not worrying about the lid. And then we're going to build up the layers of depth. So we just want to make sure that this blend right here is really, really nice. And then we can add more colour onto the lid. So going back right into that palette, get that chocolate colour. And then we're going to just pack this onto the lid again. And then we're just going to blend again. Now I think it's important to note that you want to keep packing and blending until you're happy with the level of darkness. And I might even go ahead and add a little bit of black here, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to finish this smoke and we're just going to do the lower lash line smoke so we can have a look at the eye together. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take that mustard colour and the deeper mustard, I'm going to mix them together and then just kind of really smoke out my lower lash line. Take it as far down as you want because you want it to be a really nice blown out smoke. Now let's deepen that lower lash line. I'm going to take that chocolate colour again and just run that on my lower lash line. We don't want to take it as far down as the mustard colour is, but we want it to stay quite smoky towards the lower lash line, quite close to it. I always feel like my looks always come together when I put my lower lash line smoke on, especially when I'm doing a smoky eye. You need it, it's like a necessity, and then you can kind of judge whether you want it to be a little bit darker or if you're happy with how intense it is. Okay, so I've decided that I want a tiny bit of black in there just to smoke it out further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Revolution Pro eyeshadow palette. This is the Supreme palette. Take the black in here because it's very, very soft. And then I'm just going to apply a little tiny bit of black onto the lid and blend that out with a fluffy brush. Okay, so blending it out just with that dark brown has just made it a really, really, really dark brown because I don't want it to be pure black. I've done black smoky eyes. We still want this to be a dark brown smoky eye, but I wanted it to be a little bit more intense. Now my eyes are seriously screaming for some gel liner, some black liner on the waterline and tight line. So I'm going to be using the Ardell. This is the One to Get Lucky gel liner in the shade black. I'm just going to pop it onto my waterline and also just pop it onto my tight line area so everything is very, very black. Now before that pencil dries, I'm just going to quickly smudge it out. Now I want a little bit of highlight because I'm not doing glitter on the lid today, so we want shimmer. I'm going to be using the Grind palette again. I'm using this really beautiful gold reflex colour and I'm going to pop this just onto my brow bones. Okay, so I'm done with the eyes for now. I'm going to move on back to skin. I'm going to set my under eyes. This is with the Airspun loose powder. I know that they sell this in the drugstore in the US, but I don't think they sell it here in the UK. just go for a loose translucent powder. I just want to quickly set underneath my eyes before we start bronzing, and for this I'm just going to take a flat fluffy brush and just lightly pack on some powder underneath my eyes. Now my skin is seriously begging for some bronzer. I feel like there's 2 points in my makeup life that I feel like I need bronzer, and that is when I've got a red lip, I need an excessive amount of bronzer, and when I'm doing a dark smoky eye, I need an excessive amount of bronzer. So I'm going to be using the collection. This is the Bronze Glow Shimmering Medium, shade number 2 medium, and I'm going to be taking this bronzer. I'm just going to be bronzing up my skin, going around my temple areas, going around my cheeks, and also doing my jawline and taking a little bit down my neck area as well. Now moving on to a bit of highlighter. The highlighter that I absolutely really love from the drugstore is actually by Technic. I feel like Technic isn't a brand that is much looked at, but it is very affordable. And this is the Mega Glow highlighter. I'm going to be taking these 3 shades right here that are the warmer shades, mixing them together, and then I'm going to pop them on my cheekbones. I'm going to pop them just down the center of my face as well, because I really want a lot of glow, seeing as my eyes are quite matte. So I'm just going to really glow up. Now moving back to eyes, I'm just going to quickly chuck on, this is the collection Lash Surge Mascara. I'm just going to chuck on a little bit of mascara. Now for lashes, go for whatever lashes you like from the drugstore. I have these ones by Eyelure times krazyrayray, and just supporting the YouTubers out there. I want to chuck these ones on because they are more sultry like and feline. They flick out towards the end. I did get these from the US, so I don't know if they have these in stock here in the UK, which is annoying. But whatever lashes you like from the drugstore. I'm not a drugstore lover of lashes, but hey, these ones look really pretty, so I'm just going to chuck these babies on my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that mascara just onto my bottom lashes as well. For lips, I'm going to go in with NYX's Powder Puff Lippie. I love this shade. This one is called Cool Intentions, and I am just going to pop this all over the lip. Then just to lighten the lip up a little bit, I'm going to use 930 Nude Embrace by Maybelline, their matte lippie. Pop this into the center and then just give it a quick finger blend to lighten the lip colour a tad. Next I'm just going to chuck on a bit of clear gloss. And I'm just going to finish the look by spraying a little bit of Revolution's Hyaluronic Fix Hydrating and Plumping Makeup Fixing Spray. And that, guys, is it for my Diwali inspired makeup look. It's smoky, it's sultry. I hope you guys really like it. Let me know down below what you think of it. Again, I've just paired it with a chunni. She hasn't got a full outfit on, it's just a chunni, but I do feel like it very much goes with the chunni. You can always darken it up with a smoky eye, just remember that it is a lot of layering, and that is it. Let me know what you thought and leave me all your requests down below as well. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on my social handles if you don't already. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!